Hello guys, we have a 11 game NBA slate on December 12th today, and so starting off at point guard we have Russell Westbrook. Great matchup against New Orleans, big pace up spot. This should be a close game with New Orleans playing at home even without Nikola Mirotic. Westbrook just at 10-9, he's recorded 3 triple doubles in a row, and he didn't shoot well last game, 4 for 18, didn't even make a 3, but he still got you 45.3. And 10.9 is a good price in a really terrific matchup. Next point guard, Ben Simmons, 8,900 without Jimmy Butler probably. He needs 45 to get you value. He has 60 point upside in this spot. Brooklyn, they don't play defense, but Brooklyn has been pretty good offensively this so far this season, so they should be able to probably keep this game close. And so Ben Simmons, if he does get his full run, he should be able to just easily hit value and more. Next, Jrue Holiday, 7,900, just under 8K for him is kind of insane right now. OKC, they're not really that tough of a matchup. New Orleans at home, Jrue Holiday and the Pelicans, they play a lot better at home. He had a down game last game. Somehow he only got 1 rebound and only scored 7 points. This should be a very competitive game, so I would expect Jrue Holiday to probably get you over 40, probably 50, 60, hit 71 point game. Probably not gonna happen, but he has great upside for 7,900. Next, DeAngelo Russell. D'Lo probably has to do a good amount to keep this game close, even though as a team they have done well. But I like this pick because he just takes a ton of shots. You see him taking 20 plus shots a lot, and especially if he's hitting, he can just easily smash value in this spot. And this is a pretty good spot for him. Philly's defense really hasn't been that great this season, so I do like Russell at 7.5. And then next, Kyle Lowry, if Kawhi remains out, people expect him to play because he sat out today in the back-to-back, or the first leg of the back-to-back, but it wasn't for rest. He actually had a hip injury, so he could possibly miss this game too. And if he does, Toronto's still a very well-rounded team, even with Golden State almost at full strength. I do like Kyle Lowry and the Raptors' chances of keeping this game close, even away on the back-to-back, since the Raptors did blow the Clippers out, and so the Stars didn't have to play that many minutes. Lowry actually played 32 somehow, but most of the Stars didn't have to play that many minutes. So I do like Kyle Lowry because of just the usage bump that he's going to get if Kawhi is out. Next, Ricky Rubio. This is a good matchup for point guards against Miami. He's going to be at home, 5,900. Probably not going to be popular at all. This is just a guy I feel like he can probably get you value, cash game, more of a cash game play. Next, Emmanuel Mudiay, 5,500. He will probably get a good amount of minutes without Alonzo Trier and Trey Burke, so this is a good spot for him. In addition to that, he's getting a matchup against Colin Sexton. Cleveland's defense against point guards has been really bad lately, or really just all season, and Mudiay being really the one of the only point guards left with Ntilikina, but Ntilikina really isn't that good of an offensive player. This is just a really good matchup for Mudiay, and 5,500, it's not really that bad of an option. Next, Fred VanVleet, obviously if Kawhi Leonard is out. Next, Jalen Brunson, 3,800. He's been getting a lot of minutes, and even if this game does turn into a blowout, he'll probably still get you 30 minutes. He got blowout run last game against Orlando, and he's been taking the minutes away from JJ Barea, who I would recommend, but really his minutes just aren't there, under 20 minutes. Barea is a really good point per minute guy, but just we can't really trust him, even though this is a great matchup for Dallas, just as a whole team. I just like Brunson more because he is cheaper, and he's getting really almost twice as many minutes as Barea. Next, Shelvin Mack, 3,500. This is if Mike Conley is out. Mack would probably get 25 plus minutes, close to 30, and he can definitely get you more than value, probably like 6x or more even, because without Conley, it's just a huge part of their offense gone. Next, TJ McConnell, 3,500. Without Jimmy Butler, McConnell's going to get a lot more minutes. Probably not a lot more, but just the usage. He's going to ball handle a lot more. And he does a lot of things on the court. If he can just knock down some shots, score some points, he's going to get you over value because he gets you steals, he gets you rebounds, assists. He's not going to take a lot of shots, usually single-digit shots. But, he's just a really safe kind of guy, like a really good floor. Next, onto shooting guard. Donovan Mitchell really sticks out. 6.6K. He's burned me a few times recently, but really 6.6 against Miami. At home also. This is a terrific price for a guy who has 50-point upside. And we know his floor is really low, but Mitchell, 6,600 is just insane. This guy was over 8K. He's never been this priced this low this season. So I just like Mitchell, just a price play, really good play with upside. Next, Alec Burks, 4,800. New York Knicks don't play any defense. Burks, this game should probably stay close. Both teams just are horrible defensively, especially without Tristan Thompson now. Burks, 4,800, price is up there now, but he has a lot of upside, 46-point upside. And his minutes are pretty safe. He's going to get you 30 minutes even with most of the guys healthy now, like Hood, even with Dellavedova in the mix. Burks can, he can, especially like the small forward position, he can play there. Just a really good play. He should be able to get you, 24 for value against a really struggling Knicks team. Next, Kevin Huerter. He's been getting a lot of minutes, 3,600, even in blowouts, he'll play. He's pretty safe. If he can get you 20, that's already value. He only needs to get you like 18, and he's been hitting over 20 a lot recently. So just a good play without Taurean Prince in the lineup. And then next, Luke Kennard, possibly really a thin play. And really it's if Reggie Bullock and Stanley Johnson, all these guys are out. He was really hot last game. He might be a little bit popular, but Charlotte, they're not that good of a defense. Detroit, they do get Blake Griffin back, so Kennard probably, he isn't going to do that, but 3,500, if he's going to get you 30 plus minutes without, Bullock and Stanley Johnson, he can probably hit value. Next, small forward, Paul George, 9K. Price is a little bit high now, but this is just one of the best spots for wings. Just against the Pelicans, away, Paul George, pace-up spot. He's been playing really well recently. New Orleans just struggles against small forwards. He could really get you 60, 70 even at this point, or at this spot, and he might be not too popular, I feel, because of just the price. You see him at 9K, you're used to seeing him in the 8Ks. Next, Kent Bazemore, 5,500. He's been getting good run, good usage without Jeremy Lin and Taurean Prince. He's going to ball in a little bit more, and he gets you a lot of defensive stats. So even if he doesn't shoot well like how he did, he shot 2 for 10, he still got you 35 DraftKings points. And, if he just makes a few more shots than, 2 out of 10, he's going to get you over 40 plus. Great game last game, obviously. This is going to be a little bit of a slower pace game against Dallas away. There might be a little bit of a blowout risk, but Bazemore, he's going to have to do a whole lot if this game is going to stay close. So, it's kind of like a boom or bust play, because if he doesn't do well, it's going to be really hard for the Hawks to keep this one close. Next, Cedi Osman. He's going to get a lot more minutes probably now, or just his minutes are going to be a little bit more secure, even though he has been playing, 30s, but probably 35 minutes maybe. Good matchup against the Knicks. 4,300, he's back down to that price. Without Tristan Thompson, Larry Nance goes to center, and Osman probably plays power forward. Maybe more rebounding opportunities for him. Knicks, they're just bad. Osman, he hasn't been shooting that well recently. Knicks are, a bad defensive team. If he can just knock down a few more shots, easily hits value. Next, on to power forward, Julius Randle. Just a must play for me. against OKC with AD matchup against Steven Adams, which could limit AD's upside a bit. But when Randle starts, I want Randle over AD, especially because of just the huge price difference. And Randle's still 7,400. Really, if he was like 8K, I probably would still pay for him if he's starting, with AD even. And 7,400, he has crazy upside. He can get you over 60. OKC, Jeremy Grant's probably going to be on him. Not a horrible defender, but Randall's just been balling recently. 7,400 is crazy. It's still really cheap for him, and this guy is just a lock. Next, Draymond Green, 6,600. Pretty good price tag for him. Should see over 30 minutes now. This time, second game back. Triple-double upside. This is a huge game, really. Toronto, one of the powerhouses in the East. Golden State, we know what they are, and he has 40, 50-point upside, even with all the Warriors healthy, minus Cousins. Draymond, 6,600, great price. Next, Marvin Bagley. Since the 2 games that he's returned, he hasn't really done well. Foul trouble, or 3 games. Foul trouble against the Pacers. Last game, just, he's not really rebounding the ball, which is kind of weird. Because, he has double-double upside off the bench. But, again, I like the spot. Minnesota, they struggle against power forwards. Bagley should see, 24 minutes, play half the game. And Bielitsa's minutes just aren't really locked in as a starter. So Bagley, if it's a close game, he definitely will be out there with CauleyStein. So I like Bagley. And then Jeremy Grant, on the other side of Julius Randle, 4,100. This is a pretty good price. He's going to play 30-plus minutes most likely, as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble. He's pretty safe, 20 points. So just as a cash play, Jeremy Grant, not bad. And then center, Joel Embiid without Jimmy Butler. And against Brooklyn, smash spot, really, he can get you 70 if this game stays close. Really, his rebounding numbers, he's going to get you over 10 rebounds. He's going to get you a lot of blocks, a lot of steals. Jared Allen probably is going to get into foul trouble. Really doesn't matter who they put on him. Ed Davis, Hollis Jefferson, Embiid's going to dominate. 10-5, price is up, but this is just the best spot probably for any center. And Embiid, and you add in the fact that Jimmy Butler's out, Embiid, just a great play. But the only thing that probably would stop me from playing Embiid is because of the other great plays that you can plug in at center, like you can just move Randle over. Yeah. And next, Marcus Gasol, 7,600. Memphis, they haven't looked that great recently, but Mike Conley is questionable for this game, so if he's out, Gasol should get a lot more usage. Price is down. Really, without Conley, he probably has 50-point upside. He's been getting close to 60. Without Conley, I really like Marcus Gasol. Next, Rudy Gobert. He's not going to be popular at all against Bam Adebayo. He's probably going to play a lot more minutes this game. Not too sure as to why he only played 21. I think it was a blowout last game, and he still got you 35, 7,400. Price is down. Gonna be at home. Last time he was at home, he got ejected. Should probably get his usual playing time against the Heat. Should be relatively close game. Should probably get you 35, 40 plus DraftKings points. So not a bad play. And this one's a GPP play. Enes Kanter, no Tristan. Kanter, I just think price is down. If he gets his playing time, sometimes he will get playing time. And if he does in a close game, he's going to easily probably get you 40, 50, 60-point upside even. And this is just going to be a great spot for him without Tristan. Going to be matched up against an undersized Larry Nance probably. Kanter for GPPs. Next, Willie CauleyStein. Towns is really soft, 5,900. Good price. Plays better at home too. Pretty good upside. Might get into foul trouble. Just that's the lone worry for him. And then Larry Nance, 5,700. They really don't have many options at center at this point. Maybe Zizic, but really he's not going to play a lot of minutes. Nance should be locked in for 30 plus minutes as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble against Kanter. Does a whole lot on the court. plays defense, gets rebounds, assists, finishes layups, dunks, 30 plus. Pretty good projection for him. And then Daniel Tice and Robert Williams, I'll just combine them. Obviously, if Horford and Baines were to miss, you can go to Tice at 4,600, and then Robert Williams down here, 3,400. So those are my favorite guys at center. And then now my favorite plays overall, I would say something like Julius Randle, power forward, Larry Nance at center, and then Ben Simmons, and then Donovan Mitchell just as a price play, as I mentioned. And then I do like Jrue Holiday also. So probably if I'm going to go with 2 Pelicans, I'll try to find a way to get Paul George, maybe swap out someone. I really do like Simmons though, but I might make a lineup where I just go like Paul George here, kind of game stack that game, OKC against their at New Orleans. But I do want some Philly exposure without Butler. But yeah, small forward probably, that's up for debate. But really my locks, Randall, I just think you have to lock him in. So thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe to the for the video and the channel. Thank you. Bye.